Hello, Kim Townsel here. Today I'm going to talk about Shine, Don't Whine. I'll start off telling a few stories about some of my former pre-service teachers, and I hope I'm not betraying their confidence by sharing these stories, but we want to think about what part of ourselves we're letting people see. I had one student who was an absolute rock star in the classroom. When I went to do the observations, this person was just outstanding, did every single thing that an excellent teacher is supposed to do, but had a lot going on in the private life. Was very stressed out, a lot of situations, lots of things to handle. It was a very tough time for the student. In class, the student presented the stress of the personal life, the stress of the commute, the stress of just being overwhelmed by things that were not necessarily going on in the classroom. I sat the student down and talked to the student and said, your classmates, your colleagues, the people that you're going to be competing with for jobs in a few short months, the people who will be your colleagues for the remainder of your career, are seeing this stressed out, overwhelmed, kind of whiny person in class. They're not seeing the rock star in the classroom that I'm seeing and that your cooperating teachers are seeing. I wasn't sure how this would be received. The student sat there, was quiet, looked at me and said, thank you for telling me that. From that time forward, the student was professional in class. That professionalism that I saw in the classroom, in this site school, we also saw at our university setting, because this person realized that professionalism extended back to the classroom. Sometimes pre-service teachers still want to be in that I'm a student mode when they get to their classroom on campus, because that's what they've been doing. But I remind them it's time for you to transition towards the professional that you are paying good money to become. So you need to be that professional in the classroom. Another student was very quiet, did exemplary work. One time didn't turn work in, didn't do a submission. So I questioned the student, like, well, what happened on the submission? And the student just said, I just didn't get it in. It was about a week or two later I found out that the student had a domestic situation where the student's house was burned down along with all of the student's belongings and all of the student's textbooks, and the student could not complete the assignment because the student had to wait and order another textbook before they could do the assignment. And I was just floored. I thought, you could tell me things like this, but the student was like, I do not want my personal life to interfere with my professional journey at all. So this person was all about doing the shine in the classroom and didn't even mention anything that was happening to the student's personal life. Another student I had posted on social media complaining about the number of lesson plans that this person was having to write during a practicum. It got back around to me because people like to tell stuff. And I told the student, I was like, you're complaining about writing 5 lesson plans in a semester? That's going to be a Monday. That's going to be a Monday for a normal teacher. And the student kind of blushed. And the student now is like one of my favorite people in the whole world. Actually helps me out a lot, and now has to post lesson plans every week outside of the employment classroom. Then another person I'm going to talk about is someone who really overcame obstacles that no one person should ever have to endure, and I'm not going to go into all of those, but for this video, this person had a child and got up every morning with that child in the back seat and delivered newspapers every morning before driving to a school, to be at a school at 7:15 all day long to do internship, and completed internship successfully, got employment the first year out, and then had some other issues that person overcame after that. So when I have people in my classes that want to whine about not having enough time, or not having this, or the printer ran out of ink, or I ordered my book but it's not here yet, and just these little silly things, I tell them, shine, don't whine. Shine, don't whine. If you're coming into a classroom, or if you're coming into any kind of situation and you're whining about things all the time, people are going to look at you like you can't handle your business, you can't handle your money, you can't handle your time, you can't handle your energy levels and expenditures, you can't, you just can't handle things and you're overwhelmed. They're going to think if you can't handle small things, then you're not going to be able to handle larger things. A senior, college senior who is whining about not being able to handle assignments, can that person handle a teaching position? Can that person, if that person can't manage time, is this person going to be able to manage being on a schedule and having to get graded assignments back in a timely manner. So all these little whiny things build up, and people go, I just don't know if this is what you're cut out for. I encourage my students to shine, don't whine. People are listening, and just because someone's listening to you does not mean it is a sympathetic ear. They could be listening so they could go tell and talk and tell people about an unprofessional, in their opinion, conversation. So shine, don't whine. And there's a difficult boundary about this. If we never complain about anything, if everything looks too easy, we're going to make our job look like anyone could do it. If we make it look too difficult, we're going to make it look like we can't do it. So we have to make it look like we're completely up to the task, but not make it look like we're never struggling or never having to put a little extra effort into something, because then it makes it look like, your job doesn't really require that much anyway. So try to find that safe place. And remember that not every ear that is listening is a safe ear. Shine, don't whine. Your reputation depends upon it. Think about who is seeing what part of you. College students tend to identify as a college student on the college campus because they're used to that, but as they move towards professionalism, certainly in their senior year, they need to start thinking about, how am I being seen as a professional? Am I on my cell phone, during class? Am I, doing those types of things? Am I having to get up and leave class to go to the bathroom because I can't control my bladder, my water, my fluid intake? Am I off task, daydreaming, looking out the window, chasing shiny squirrels, or whatever that's going out there? Am I turning my assignments in on time? Am I turning my assignments in the correct format? Those are tiny little things that college students are expected to master. If those are not mastered in the college classroom, then we don't have very much assurance they're going to be mastered in a professional setting. So if a student asks their college professor for a reference letter or recommendation, and we haven't seen those things in the classroom, we're very hesitant to put our name out there to recommend this person as a professional. So what they used to call soft skills, that we now call professional skills, make sure that you're exhibiting those for as many people as you can, especially early in your career. I'm old, I've got like a big long CV, I've got like all of these things that can prove that I'm competent and experienced and things like that. But at the beginning part of your career, you're trying to build a reputation. So make sure you build the right one. Shine, don't whine.